G'day and welcome back to Stitch Up and episode 6 of our Lakes and Mountains playthrough in Vauxhall Tycoon. That's right. In this series, and indeed in episode 6, we're really going to be moving this conurbation right along actually, and improving on what we did last time in this lovely lakes and mountainous region. So in episode 5, what we did here is this valley here had this big lake at the end, and what we did is we reclaimed a bit of land here to make it a bit of a waterfront, and we've actually gone ahead, and that's the boundary of the land that's accessible, and we've gone ahead and created this this industrial area. Now if we have a look from above, the industrial area, so here's our inner city metropolitan metro system running on 3 stations, sort of back and forth like that, and then on the outside we've got this original station here going through the tunnel, and it's a goods train into the big goods area. And of course then in between episodes I've laid down this track. I haven't put signals in yet, but we'll do this episode, and I've gone out to here to the new station, and that new station is servicing this area. So let's just turn on the let's go back here. Oops, sorry, that's not what we want. And where's the oh no, I seem to have changed the camera settings, so let me just go back to the regular settings. There we go. And here we are. Yes. So this episode we're going to be putting a train into here. Now the idea is that we have a lot of trucks, and last episode I believe we did actually put the vehicle replacement scheme in, and we did a lot of trucks where we moved them from very small trucks to a lot of these medium-sized ones, and of course we've got lots of logging trucks. Now one thing that I can actually, a really good win, is that the logging is over here, all in this area, and we can expand into here. Now I had wooden planks, and I've now got wooden beams there as well, and in between episodes just before I started recording, this one popped up here for the wooden beams, and now he's taken those, and that is bringing really good money in, and that just seemed to tip the economy as well. So in this kind of early game, it just kind of, those little build-ups just tip the economy, and then in Thatcham North East, this little station I set up here, it's just dropping them. So this truck can go from here to here, and of course the truck I've got using is one like this. There it is there, and it's just taking, is it wood? Wood. Oh, it's just taking wood, and I want wood beams. Ooh, look at this. There's a mistake. So these trucks are picking up just wood. This one's dropping off just wood. Hang on. Oh no, sorry. Yes, you're right. Sorry, it's just wood if we have a look here, just wood, he'll turn, and it's wood dropping off to this guy, and that guy is now sitting up at, that, which is pretty good. And Thatcham Southeast, I upgraded these trucks from very basic 5 per sortie trucks, and this wood beam one is over here. Now he's only it's just one truck running that, so if you have a look at this, it is to Thatcham Northeast, and if we have a look, I've just got one truck on there, but that's producing a lovely one here. He's showing us excellent, so that's a nice little one just to get that going. So that's good. But of course you got the wood here. So what I want to do this episode is I want to load the wood onto a freight train over here and bring it across, all the way across. And we'll have the freight train going all the way in and all the way out to here. And of course, when it gets to the waterfront, this lovely one here, which is serviced, by the way, this lovely one, if you look at the connection, it's Sandy South, and Sandy South is serviced by, let me just grab Sandy South there. It's serviced by 4 of these trucks that are carrying wood all the way to there. We've also got 8 of these dairies, which we'll have a look at this episode as well. But what I plan to do is bring all of the wood, the plain wood for here, onto rail and get rid of those trucks. And by the way, this is connected directly to there. So that's brilliant. So guys, jump in, enjoy the Stitch Up intro, and I'm going to see you over here in just a sec. Okay, so let's jump in here. Now we basically just want a wood train. Don't forget that all of these stations are 250 meters in length, as is part of my normal play style. 250, and then that'll all be absolutely lovely. I did want to check out iron bars, but this one has now disappeared, so that's fine. But I'll be on the lookout for another iron bar, and then we'll set up some iron bars over here. Don't forget, I believe I've got coal nice and close. Yeah, so that'll all be big iron bar factory over here. Let me have a quick look here and just see, can I see any iron bars being requested? No, I can't. Okay, so let's just focus on this one project, which is going to be over here. Then what we might be able to do is then move some other products into here. This one is connected in to that. Look, the station actually connects directly to there as well. That means that I would be able to have, if you look at the influence of this, wow, are they connected? I think I might have a mod on that connects them. I'm going to see if I can put a train with both of those and see if it just services this one. Wow, if it did, we'd kind of be, would be all sorted. That would be really cool. It seems to be a little bit different from how the game should run. Right. Okay, so let's go and have a look. I think I'm ready to load up. We want to bring the products over here. So the products are here, and I want to load them into this to there. I tell you what I might do is you've got a bit of a traffic jam there. Wow, look at this. What is going on here? Okay, let's pause here and we'll see what's actually happening. I think I'll need these guys to skip. Let me just skip their orders, because these guys here, what are you doing? Your coal, and your coal. So there's 3 of them. 2 and 3. 3 coal to Thatcham Southeast. And Thatcham Southeast is here. So they're bringing coal to there, and there are 3. And coal in Thatcham is getting an average. So it's interesting. But the coal is coming out to there. So I think what's happening is the train is just not big enough, the existing train. Okay, so let me see here. If I get wood, let me start with just the wooden train. So if I go here, have I got access to anything that's a bit better at the moment? Let me try for powered. I can only do steam trains. I really want diesel trains. Can I not load any diesel trains on yet? No. Okay, we're going to have to get some research going for the diesel. I will look at that at the end of the episode. Let me look at something that's not too expensive. So we do have a bit of money here, but I need some power. And I don't want to spend too much. It's about 100,000 I think I want to spend. So around the 100,000 mark, what can I get that's quite powered? This guy here is 500 kilowatts, 623, 580. This guy here looks pretty good. Yeah, I think he looks pretty good. Let's do that. And then if we go for the cargo, and I want to say just the wood. Oh, if I go unpowered. Okay, so this will carry 12 if I do the wood here. So if I go like that, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and then I do here, and I change that to wooden planks, I believe, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So 5 of those planks, 5 of those. So that's a long train. That train is now, it's only 164, so that's not too bad. If I do that for 300,000, let me just see. Yeah, let me do that. So that's 200 grand for the rolling stock and another 100 for the train. Now, to do that, I would now need to get a bit of both those products over there. Now, what I'm thinking is if I could just get, I was just thinking, is there a, hang on, what's this one? Industrial Hub, iron ore. Yes, I'm in the, yes, very good, thank you. Thought that didn't look very familiar. Okay, so what is this? Thatcham is there, is it? See, I think what it is Thatcham is here, and this is the road that goes around it. So it's very strange that these guys would be like that. It is very strange. I think what we need to do is just try for a bit of laying of the roads. I'll just go up a tiny bit. If I go to there and then join them up, might be able to put something in the middle there. Okay, so if they do that and the train comes to here, then I need to get both those products over to this area, and I want to see if when I do that, if I can. So if I'm here, if I do that, if I put in a couple of warehouses, and I want to use these old warehouses, let me try that. I want them to connect to Thatcham Northwest. So if I go one there, then the next one would be here, and that doesn't connect. So what I think I want to do is, and I don't like to have to do this, but if I just want to borrow a little bit more, I'm going to have to get rid of this one here. How much is that? 22,000 to get rid of, and you have to go as well. And at least it gets back to what I originally had. Now, what I'll need to do is, I think I'm going to want, because there's that there. What are you? You're the coal coming in. You are. However, you don't have to be, because what we could do is we could put the coal like this. We could say, right, the coal could just come in like that. And then I can fix this up a bit later, but if we put the coal right in there, so you could just be coal. Yep, and you could be wood. Yes, and that'll clear it. Yep, so you're coal, you're wood, and that means you need to be another one. But it's going to be slightly different, like this. And I'm going to see if I can do something here. This might come back to bite me, and that is a wood plank. Now, if I do that, and I go over here, I'm on pause. If I go back here and have a look, that is wood planks, isn't it? Yes, it is. Good. Okay, so if he's on wood planks, then I should be able to get trucks to drop these guys over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say there's too many of these here at the moment. So for you, let me just go, let me do this to the nearest depot. Okay, so if he goes, and you can skip the next order, you'll skip your next order as well. They'll do these turnarounds, although you should do a proper turnaround. You'll go, okay, so now what I need to do is basically, I want to try this with the truck. Okay, we should now be able to get, I want to see if I can have a look at my fleets. Can I steal 2 trucks here? In fact, what I could do is I grab 1 truck. Let me get one of these trucks here. It's Wood to Sandy South. And I want to make that Wood to Sandy South. I want you to go to Garage. Yep. Great. Now, Wood to Sandy South will go to Garage. Okay, so let's go to Garage now. Garage is here. I think this is the only garage we have. And there it is, going in. Oh, he just went in for service. Okay, good. There's a wood truck coming in. Here he is. I reckon this is him. And he's going to stay in there, right? So, speed 1. And this is the other guy that's just going to go in there and stay in there to stay out the way. So what I want to do is I want to reconfigure this with wood of 15 and planks of 20 and go apply, yeah? And then I want to say, instead of doing this, I want you to go edits, and I want you to go switch to individual routes and get rid of those 2, yep, and go add stop. And I want it to be stop at the wood place, pick up one of each of the 2, Thatcham South. I want you to do full load, and then I want you just to drop off to here, Thatcham Northwest, and full unload. Yeah, and that should be good. You'll be called this Wood to Thatcham Northeast, wood and planks. So if we go wood and then planks to Thatcham Northeast, and then we do that, I'm going to go speed 3 just to let him catch up. These guys are just waiting here, although there's the coal there. I believe we might be able to, so there's the coal. If you stop, these trucks are now filling up. Hang on, why didn't you do that? Coal, why didn't you guys get any coal? Ooh, oh, because I started the new, that's right. Okay, let me do that speed 3 and just watch this guy fill up here. Okay, and now what we'll need to do is release that other train that we've just built, put him onto here and get him going around the back there as well. But in the meantime, let me just have a quick look at this guy, see why he's not filling up. Coal should be here. He should be absolutely filling up. God, that's a slow train. It's a very slow train. Okay, he's going to go into this one. Okay, so he's just going now. Good. I'll go speed 1 again. Let's just have a quick look to make sure that our wood products are over there. And if I see this, yes, 40 and 30. Okay, good. So he's got quite a few of those. That's in there. This is just not the right size road, but that's fine. I think if this works, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put a conveyor belt of those products straight into there, which is going to be fun to get it through this. But I'd like that. Then we don't have the use of the road traffic at all, which could be really good. If I look for the connections here, is he connected? No, see, he's not connected. Okay, so that is that. And now we want the other train to be able to come in. So we need to finish the signaling. So very first thing we need to do is signal in here. So what I want to do is just look at my train signals and bring this guy out and say, right, I want the semaphore and I want the pre-semaphore. So coming into here, there is a decision to make. So you'll go semaphore with the pre, and then you'll do a chain going the other way. Yeah. And then coming into here, there's no decision to make, so you just got to make sure it's not blocked. So there, and I think there is good. Yeah, and here there is a decision to make now because that's a new part. So we'll change that to that. And then once you've done this in both directions, it should be here, here, and then that way. Yeah, that's good. And then once we get to here on the straight bit, we go both of those chains, both of these two, right in the middle. Yeah. Right at the start. Right at the start. Then right before the tunnel. Oh, actually put 2 in the middle, keep the speed. Right before the tunnel. Right coming out of the tunnel. Yep. And then here there are decisions to make of which way you need to go. So here it would be make a decision, and there it would be no problem to go back. And then as you're coming in, we want this to be, because they're going to come in this way, aren't they? They're coming in and then they'll stop up to there. So here it will be stop, stop, stop. And then for this way, heading back, heading away, waiting, going, and then coming back this way. Oh yeah, so we made it so that one is coming in this way and the other is coming back that way from the other side. So that's pretty good. So that means we'll have to do a stop here, there, and there. Okay, I think that's going to work. I think that'll work. Now, Sandy Southwest is where we need to bring that wood train to. So if I do that now, it should be right. So if I go here, and we want this to be individual route, not individual route, add stop. And we want him to pick up here, full load. And we want him to drop off here, full unload. And it's going to be wood and plank to Sandy Southwest, which is nice. And then I'm just going to play the game and then go here and go release. Okay, and I don't think he's stuck at the moment. So he hasn't. If you have a problem with your routing and your signaling, straight away he'd have an issue, but he hasn't got too much of an issue at the moment. Now, coming out of the depot, he'll use platform 1 as we look forward. On the left, platform 1. That's the only platform commissioned at the moment. So coming out of the depot, we'll always use platform 1, but I'll have the other one set up so that we can use platforms 2 and 3 and the other ones. So here he goes, should go up here, and then once he's there, he should come back this way. So let's see him turning. These are all, they look small, but there's 2 per. There is 2 of them per carriage, so it's not too bad, although it does look quite small. So let's see him go and do the pickup. Once he's done that, In fact, we can go speed 3 while we go and see that. The other train is running too. They're both heading towards Thatcham. So that's quite good. Let's see him go in. I've only got one platform commissioned at the moment. That's why he's going to hold off. He'll drop off. He's gone. The other one will then load up. And now we should be right to see them load up both of those. Now to wait for a full load though. So it is going to wait, which means you've got some wood on there. If I go alts, yeah, you can see here. Okay, so this is 12 of 12, but now we need the wood. And I believe the other wood truck should be coming soon, although it's waiting to get in. So let me do skip load there, and then this guy should be that. Now he's off. Okay. All right, so he's off and running. We'll take that off. And now we've got this guy going. Right. Okay, so this guy here is having issues. Why? Okay, I think we can just get rid of that one. We should just get rid of him. Get rid of this one as well, these inner ones, and wait for the other steam train to come up. There he goes. And now he's doing the long big route across, which is good. I mean, we could do a load up here as well. We could have one where he comes into a siding over there and loads up. Could be good. It could even load up to the other side as well. This can also come around, so we could have that sort of going. Okay, so he does that. When he does that, oh yeah, the train hasn't turned around yet. But what he has done is he's unloaded. So that's actually done quite well, and we have 430,000. So let me just... let me go there, and then, sorry, let me just do repay it all. So we got the ability to borrow 700,000, which is nice. Okay, I'm going to keep it paused while we do a turnaround. We do have 700,000 here, so we could look at extending the rest of it. But what I do want to do is just get these turnaround on. So if he comes out this way and then he needs to be able to go round, what we do want to do is we want to get rid of this. So we just want these guys not going up. So there, you're gone. Yeah. And then we should be able to use our... by the way, I mean, the free terraforming mod working again is just gold. Love it. And that's straight in. Okay, so once he comes out of this and he comes into there, we want it to be able to turn. Now, I want to see whether I can do a sneaky little turn here. It's like a Paddington station turn. That's not bad. I do like that. Okay, let me go up a bit. Okay, I'm just going up here, and then he goes to there. And then if he comes to here, not enough money. We gave it all away. Thank you. Then he comes to there, and then he goes back on. And then he's in, so that is a good one. Yes. Okay, so if we did that, then it would be basically a decision to make. Actually, I wonder if we could just put in straight up signals, get rid of a few of these user UIs, put the semaphores. Now, I wonder if we could just go right over here. It's going to be heading that way, but then coming out, it's going to be heading away as well, like that. Ooh, that could be good. I don't know if that signal's a problem, but I kind of think we should have a pre-semaphore there. Okay, so you do that. Here, it's just a case of, are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? And are you ready to go? And then over there, we'll do the same things just here and here. And that'll just block those guys up. Now, no one should go this way just to start with. But that could be it. Let me unpause it. And the train now goes, uses his turnaround, and he's off and running, which is excellent. So if we're happy with that, and he does that, I think the best thing we could do now is... Yeah, I think the very best thing we could do is try and get these guys kitted up with some... Oh, it's all very tight here, isn't it? Yes, it is. With some conveyor belts. Because if we can get the conveyor belts to come along... I mean, what we could do is just claim a bit more of this lake and then do conveyor belts right the way along. That could work. What about if we do that? What about if we come straight across here like that? Geez, it could work, I think. Let's try that. Let's unpause the game. Let's pause the game, and let's go with terraforming. And if I go drop down, so if I was to go like this and say, right, you guys can have that, and then you go a bit further, you come in, and then you go up, go all the way in. This is all free, obviously, so then we go straight across like this. And then once we're there, what about if we then did just do this, and then, well, I was thinking if we did that, that would work. Yes, that would work nicely. And then we got that section like that, but we could cut this guy back a bit so that it just works out, and then we could put the roads in. So if we did that, and then I got rid of, so that didn't cost me anything, did it? No, which is good. And we did that. Now what we could do here is, I think we could actually change this a little bit. See, I think I want to get rid of this station and put it somewhere else. I think I do. I think I want to put it elsewhere. So I think what we'll do is we'll go play, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say, can you please send this guy to nearest depot? And can you send him to nearest depot? And we'll take him out in a sec. Send the garage. Yeah. Great. So they'll both go. And then if I go pause and I do a refund of this. Now that's from northwest. So if we did, although I've got goods coming in here. Okay, I wonder if maybe we just change tack here and just get rid of this guy. And what we can now do is say, right, the road is actually just here and here, isn't it? If I have a look at that, if we go back and see what is this? That's from northwest. Oh, it's all three. Okay, so it is three of those. Okay, so it's three of them, but they've created a road off it, which is interesting. So if I do that, I wonder if I now go, you don't need to be there, and you don't need to be there as well. Yep, okay. And now we can, of course, continue this road along. I like the idea of that road just going all the way along. I think that's good. Yeah, let's just do that. And then what I want to see is these two, yeah, is if we go conveyor devices and I try and put in, it doesn't matter which ones you put in, but if I try and put this one here and then this one, okay, let's do them out the front. Let's go forward. So we'll go there and then we'll do there. So they're both right to go. And then we need them to come basically along to here. So if I go conveyors and I do this and I go tunnel, then I come up. Yep, you're on that one. So what if I go there and then I come into here and to there? Yep. And now this one, same thing. Now we're going to have to put a warehouse in the middle just to break it up. If you come up there, there. Well, let's do it the same thing. Let's have him come up there. Strangely, don't know why we've done that, but that kind of works. Yeah, that works. Okay, so that would be okay. Yep. Now let's see. Once we've done that, I think what I need to do is conveyor too long. So if I go here, I wonder if I can now put in, I need the smallest possible, just put in, borrow a little bit there, and put the smallest possible warehouses, cheapest possible, 4,900. Railway sleeper bunkers. Will they work? I'm on pause, so this, let's see if this works. I don't know if these will work. If I put one in like that, say one in, actually, let's put them here. Say, right, Let's go there. And it's just cargo can only take coal, so we don't want that. Yeah, we get rid of that one. We want a warehouse 20,000. I might as well get one of these old looking ones at 30,000. Yeah, for the sake of 10 grand, we just do that. Okay, let's put him right there. And well, we could put him right at the back here as well, this guy. Okay, let's do it like that. And basically what we're saying is this first one is if we do conveyor device, and the very first one we'll put in like this, we'll go in here and flip to out and flip to in, flip to out. So you're in and out, that's good. And that means that this guy needs to go about here. All right, that can go. And I want conveyors to go straight in. Oop, so if I go, okay, take the last little bit off. Do conveyor here. If I go straight up, yeah, and if I go straight there. Okay, good. So you can manipulate these around a bit, which is nice. Now, this inner one here, this inner one is going to be wood. So just plain up wood. So you can be just wood. I could do auto, but I'm going to do it like that. You'll do planks. So it'd be like that. Yep. And that means wood planks is like this. So we could do it similar, like that. Now, if it's like this, what I want to do here is something different. So let me see if I can get this road, because I'm trying to think of how we can actually get the road going quite nicely. So if I do that, that won't be enough. So what I'm going to do is, can I drop these guys down and just get myself a little bit of extra of that there? If I do that, yep, that just brings the waterfront along a bit. And then let me see if I can put the road right at the edge. Basically, we're thinking about our road placement here, which is nice. And I think that's kind of good. And it brings the water right up against it. So you can't add water, but you can remove water, especially on the free terraforming. We just spent 300,000 on something. Okay, what can I borrow? 500. Okay, it's good. So I've still got plenty of collateral in there. Not that I want to borrow that, but I've still got that as collateral. Okay, so if I go here, what I want to see if I can do is, can I dive under at this point? Yes, if I'm on the right thing. So we go conveyor belts and I go dive to tunnel and then come out. Yeah. And come out one. And then I go here, I go to tunnel. Oh. Okay, what about if I go like this? Oh, actually, what we might be able to do, let me see if I could trick it. Okay, can we do this? You're gone. And then after that, can I go tunnel? Can I go like, actually, forget the tunnel. Can I just go like that? And then can I do the reversing? Can I make the whole thing? Yes, then I can delete it back a bit. So you lose that little nubby bit. Then I can go tunnel. Then I can come out. See that? That is brilliant. It's good to know how to manipulate this game and just do little design things like that. That's a great one. Very happy with that. Okay, we'll do the directional shortly, but I want to see if now what I can do is just tuck these guys around. And basically, so that first one is the wood. So the inner one is the wood, the upper one as we're looking at the screen. Hopefully I won't have to put in any more of these because of it being too long. If we have a look at the distance, I've only got to get across to here. I've come from there. I might have to put another one in. I wish we had a mod for that, actually. That would be great. So let's do that. And then I'll do that. Yeah. Okay, so now we want to come straight across. Okay. So coming across here, what we want to do is we want to basically say, right, forget about shipping them out. Okay, so what I want wood. Oh man, it's really grim. Okay, let me see here. If I go, so there's lots of wood there. So if I just say, right, here we go. Oh, I know what I could do. I could do this. I could do, yeah, this is not too bad because that'll bring them a bit closer. Okay, let's do that. Let's go and put industry, and let's go and put in spur a little bit more. And what we're going to do here is just get another couple of warehouses. How are we looking for this episode? It's getting there in length. Now I want to put these guys sort of here and just say, right, this is where they are, but they're not connected to that. They're just coming to here. So what we could do is just go like this and say they're right on the road. In fact, let's do, what we could do is, let me just think about this with that. Could say like that, and then we could go like that. I mean, that's crazy because they just look a bit silly, don't they? Yeah. Yep. We can get full refund for those, by the way, because we are paused, so that's a good one. Okay, we lose a little bit of space here, and we'll just turn them this way. Let me go like this and put them next to each other like that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at wood and planks, and I use my conveyor devices, and I'm adding in. Okay, well now on the outside we want accepting. We want this one to be accepting, and then we want this one to be flipping around and accepting. Why? Catch up. Flipping around and accepting. Let's do it there. That's good for now. And then, don't think I'm going to be able to do this actually. I think I've gone too close to the road there. I am 2 voxels. I'm 1.5 voxels away. Okay, if I put this guy. Yeah, okay, let's do it like this then, because it doesn't matter. Let's go there and there. Good. Okay, so that's where it starts at least, and we know this is going to have to be wood, and we can get this coming out of the wood there. So what we can do here is say, right, we've got this is feeding it this way, so this guy will come in, and let's do him turning off, basically going into there. Yep, so wood will come into there, and planks now need to make their way into here, but for the moment we can do the wood, and we can say, right, lay conveyors, tunnel it under, and then we can work out where we are, where we need to be. You can do the same thing, tunnel under. Ooh, not enough money. We had lots of money, but yeah, and then I don't know if we need to be, yeah, we need to be across. Okay, so if I do that, I'm hoping we can get to here, and it's not an issue. Now let me do a straight up bend here, and hopefully we don't get a conveyor too long, otherwise we have to put another set of those annoying ones in. It's a waste of money, and I don't like it. But this is where this happens, and people get so annoyed with this. If I do that, that works. Okay, good. If I do this, also works. At the same time, let me unpause the game and do some conveyor reversing, lots of it, heading towards there and heading down as well. So lots of that, and that'll go all the way in. Let's do this one as well, heading towards that part of the screen, the left-hand side of the screen. There you go. So that's heading in. So that means all we need to do now, the wood is actually heading in there, which is good. We just now need to put the planks in. Now the planks are being filled here. These are beams. We want planks there. So I think this is quite nice. What I'll do here is I'm going to do that, and I'm going to say, right, here's the planks. And I want that to go like tunnel and tunnel. Yeah, and so you should then be able to go like that. So planks are now going to come out. So if we do this, and I'll extend those guys along a little bit. Basically, we're going to say, yeah, planks into there. Okay, and then if I turn this guy on, you can see they're not filling up. They're just going straight out. So I'll definitely extend these guys out by they're 2. I'll probably put another 6 on. But basically, these are both going in, which is excellent. And that should be filling those guys up. I'm going to go speed 3, but you can see them coming in. Once we do that, I'm then going to go to, in fact, let's wait for the train to be dropped off onto. Ooh, why is the train not there? I think the train's lost. Vehicle is lost. Train 4. Oh, it's still moving. Oh, I had the game paused for ages. Let me just do this. Let's see about this. Okay, what we'll do, if he's got the empty load, let's do something here. Let's go center depot, and he's going to be towed to the depot. And it's going to be, let's see how much this costs. These ones cost us, of course. And it's going to be, the depot is here, 7,000. So we'll go, yes, please. And that means we're in here. And now what I can do is say, right, you got those. Let's go so you see what, 164 meters. Let me do 1, 2, 3, 4 duplicates. And then 1, 2, 3. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's right. And duplicates 170,000. Borrow a little bit more. Put the changes in, and now we should be right to go. If I go speed 3, go release, he should now go out and he should fill up. And he's now a long train. He's 250 meters in length, I think. Let's have a look. Just get him coming out the tunnel. There he is. How long is he? Oh, he's 293. Okay. Yeah, we definitely want to get him a diesel train. But let me go speed 3 here and see. He's going to just finish the load there. This guy here can also come back to... he can be towed to depot, and we'll get him going a bit bigger. Send to the nearest depot. Towed to the nearest depot. And it's going to be there. Thank you. And he's going to be here. And we want to make, basically say 4 of them. So I wouldn't mind just going 1, 2, 3, 4. Duplicate. Wait for him to get enough money. Great, and let's release him. So he's also now going to be not very long, 161 meters, but it's a lot of coal going in there, which is good. So this is pretty good. We just want lots of coal happening there. How many coal mines have I got? Is it just the 1? Oh my God, I need lots more coal mines. So yeah, we'll get that going. We can also just clear off a little bit of the terraform there. Let's make it a little bit tidier. And we can do that as well. Yeah, let's do that. Oop. And that's, yeah, it's fine. This one sits up a little bit on a bit of a mound, but that's fine. Okay, so what's happening here? If you have a look here, this is the coal dropping off. And now we've got these doing this. Oh, so these ones don't need to do that anymore. So this one here. So you can actually go back to send to the nearest depot. Okay, good. So he can do that. And that means that now, essentially, because of what's happening here with the amount of wood and that, here's this big train. Let's see how much it gets there. Don't forget it's filled by conveyor belt. So once it loads in, it should just continue to load in. But let's see how much this gets us when it gets over there. Okay, of 12, each one is 12, so that's not too bad. We'll follow it all the way back, and that means we can now start to decommission a few trucks. So we should have trucks that are still dropping to here, essentially. What are you dropping? You dropping dairy? Yeah, you're dropping dairy. Watch. Let's see how much money this one makes when it comes in. Here's a truck. I want to basically see how much that truck gets. truck gets 6,500. I'm going to send you to depot. Send to the nearest one. Yeah. And then we'll be able to sell some of those. So this is a long way for it to come along here, this train, but here it is. It's coming in. Okay, it rolls in from the left to right. And let's see how much it makes. 6,500 for the other one. This unloads 49,000. That's great. That is really good. Okay, what we need to do now is any truck going to Sandy South, let's have a look at what trucks are going to Sandy South. Have a go to routes, and I want to have a look here. Thatcham. Yep. So these 3 trucks going to Sandy South, there were 4. I took one earlier just manually. And now what I want to do is say send to the nearest depot, and they'll be there. Great. And this one's already in there. And then wood planks to Thatcham, which is great. And then it was wood to Thatcham South, which we're doing, and that's fine. Those ones can stay. But that's it for those guys, and the rest were coal, and those coal ones were in there, so we can release the coal ones now. Okay, I'll explain what I mean by that. Let me go speed 1. Okay, let's have a look in here. So if I have a look inside the garage, and what we've got is the coal can now come out. Those guys can go out, those 3 coals, and then the wood one is the one that we had taken them in. So essentially what I need to know now is, are there any big trucks that can still... So this and this are now both relying on simply the train, okay? So that'll be those guys. Actually, speed 1. And let me just see, is there any other... No, there's no other ones at the moment that can be... I mean, this guy here, it's on excellent at the moment, so we don't want to deliver too much to there. This one's on excellent as well. He's on the woods. So I think we could almost sell those other trucks. I think they're kind of worth selling now. And we'll use them a bit later for different stuff. But at the moment, yeah, I think we can get those off the road. So let me get them here. Yep. So if I go sell all, it's 100,000 there, which is good. And I can then go repay the loan. My loan is now 304,000 with a borrowable 800 and almost 50. So that's good. Let me go here. And there should be this guy, 55,000. And then this guy, another 55,000. Okay, the milk one went bankrupt, that's fine. But we've basically just got ourselves another... Okay, the loan's 171,000, so that's not too bad actually. That is pretty good. In between episodes, I think what I'll do, let me see what I'll do. Little projects that I can be doing in between episodes is just carving out some of the land and making a little bit of reservation for this, that, and the other. What we haven't done is this side over here. We haven't really touched it too much, but I think what I'll do is I will flatten here and allow these guys to expand. They can expand right up to the border, all the way around here. That could be really nice. Bit of a mountain here, so they can just come all the way around. Over here, don't forget, this one can only expand this way, but might get the waterfront coming across, so it's got a bit more of a waterfront, maybe. But it can only go this way. But I might fill this lake in and allow him to expand here. And what I wanted to do over there was put in a train station. So I might carve into this big mountain here. But I do want to put a train station in over there. And if I do that, I'll be able to bring some other products into other places. For example, we have some iron ore. Now that iron ore has to come from there. So the iron ore could be loaded up here, and it could be sent on a big train, and if the train comes straight into here, it might be able to connect in, which could be good. So there's a bit to do. In next episode, I think, yeah, we are going to carve through here. The other thing is, I think we should think about our stone, and we should think about our sand before things go up too much in price. So let me just pay off 3 more of those. But if I was to have a look at basically where everything is it not F12, that's a screenshot, and that's that. So if I go up to here, if I go there, sorry, here we go, that's better, yep. Okay, so if I have a look around here, where am I? Yeah, there's my town here. Okay, so let me see what I can see. Oh, I love those mountains over the back there. Oh, stone is there. So there is some stone there, which could be good. Stone over the back. I like the sound of that over that way and around those mountains. That's a really nice choice. There is sand here. And those mountains are lovely as well. And then we need copper as well, which I can't see any copper at the moment. So I'll have to have a bit of a look at it. Copper. There's gold over there. Ooh, gold over there is good. Sand, copper. I can't see any. Yeah, I'd have to have a bit of a look here. Sand over here. Stone. Coal. Yeah, I'll do a bit of looking there, but you've got some desert areas over there. I love these mountains here. These are great. We love mountains. These lands are great as well, so that's all pretty good. Let me go back to, is it F9? And then I come back to this. I think that's back to my regular one. Yeah, here's these big mountains here. So, oh, sand just there. So if I unlock this, I'd get sand. Ooh, that's a good one. And Platt's Bridge. Oh, I like that. Yeah, that would get me my sand. How much is that? 1.14. Geez, I might just, and then I could almost undo this one as well, which is the stone. And then I've got my stone. That's 1.6. So if I got those two, they'd be a great expansion area because, firstly, this town can expand. We've got the wood, plus we've got a really nice sort of setup here for that. I mean, stone could almost be put straight onto there. And onto this one could be good. So that could be very nice. And don't forget we need to use stone as some of our upgrades. I will have to look at where the copper is, because that one's got a bit of. So the sand there, which was nice. That's iron ore, is it? Yes. His demand is sand, but he wants iron ore. What are you? You're that one. Not sure about some of this. Resources. There's copper. Okay, so copper would be here. Oh, that's not too bad, actually. Yes, we could come in here, get the copper. We could load onto that with the copper. Well, I think I have my 3 resource areas, and that could be really nice. Well, I'm going to leave the episode here. I think what I will continue to do in between episodes is really tinker and make sure that I'm getting profit really nicely out of some of this stuff. I will commission this one here. I'll set up some of those iron bars, and we'll get that going because that'll be a level 2 to get quite a bit of money in. I think it's all good. The final thing I wanted to check is, now that we move this from road to rail, how is it doing? Well, this one's showing as excellent. Slight dip in the price there, but it's showing as excellent. It goes to show if you had trucks, I would add an extra truck at that point, but we are limited. We've got the train. I could add an extra carriage on the train, but we're already extending over the platform. This one here is showing a steady amount of 240, so that's pretty good, but excellent as well. So you can just see if the game was running, and it is running just on speed 1 at the moment, it's just bringing in good buck, and I'm just paying down those loans quite well. So that's all good. We're coming up to the next research area, which is going to be excellent. I might change the purple. There you go. You can change those here, which is nice. Oh, I like that. I do like that one. Yeah, the red was annoying me a bit, actually. And I think we'll start changing some of the names as well. So if you've got any suggestions on the names, do let me know. We do have a bit of money now, so we'll definitely be doing that as well. Okay, don't forget to leave a comment, like and subscribe to Stitch Up. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Voxel Tycoon. This is our Lakes and Our Mountains playthrough. Cheers.